Howdy there, I'm Percival. Pull up a seat at the campfire, partner. I want to show you something. It's a shoebox. 11 years of big game point application receipts in it. Nevada, Wyoming, Colorado. Every spring I pay my money, I file my claim, I drop the paper in the box. Buddy asked me a simple thing. Perce, what can you actually draw this year? And I sat there like a man who's been saving a long time and forgot what for. 11 years of paper in that box, and I couldn't tell him if a lick of it was worth a damn yet. Oh, I know, the state's got that covered. All the data you could ever want, if you can find it. Took me years to learn to read some of those state reports. I never claimed to be quick, more stubborn than anything, I suppose. So let me save you some of that need of being stubborn. We'll open my shoebox together, and I'll show you how I read my own ground now. You think about yours while I talk. Now, the biggest pile in that box is the one that surprised me most. So let's start there. Nevada elk. 11 points. The one I've babied the longest. Now you're sitting there figuring 11 years deep. Old Perce ought to be bragging. Instead, here's the most expensive mistake in the draw game, and it ain't a blown stalk. It's 11 years of points you never once added up. So I did. Not just the application fees, the processing fee, the predator management fees, the license I buy every year for the privilege of applying. All the years still ahead of me before I draw. And the tag itself, the day that ship finally comes in. It never feels like much. $40 here, a tank of gas there. But it adds up quiet, like a slow leak in a tank you don't notice till you're walking 15 miles to the nearest usable road. You know what 11 years of that money comes to? A nice guided antelope hunt. Somewhere good, paid for, and money still left in the bank. Now, I'm not telling you to quit building. I'm telling you to know the number. What the piles cost you so far, and what it'll run you start to finish, right up to the year you're standing on the mountaintop with the tag in your pocket. That uncertainty is the whole reason I keep a scout report on my own hunts. One tag, every dollar, today to the mountaintop. But here's the part that flips it. Everybody says save your points for the marquee unit. Well, I ran them the harvest numbers instead. The Nevada muzzleloader elk units I've been eyeing. The ones those 11 points put in reach fill their tags 7 times out of 10. Not too shabby. The dirt I'm buying already pays. That's the half nobody runs. I had to ask myself, what am I gaining by waiting for hunts drawn at higher points with similar harvest rates? And that's the exact thing that got me looking harder at the next pile. Wyoming antelope, 5 non-resident points. This is the fun one because it's close. Or is it? Couple more seasons, and better than half those antelope tags are mine for the taking. I've been looking over the Medicine Bow area for a spell. That's the pile I think about when Wyoming's application season comes around. But here's where I damn near talked myself out of that tag. I've had my eye on Medicine Bow for years. And somewhere along the way I heard a fella say that the herd numbers out there were down. So I quit looking it over. Never once went and checked whether it was still true, or whether it bounced back and the rumor just outlived the problem. Turns out she came back years ago. The herd's sitting a full 4% over objective. And just look at the hunter satisfaction scores. The rumor outlived the truth. I'd been sitting out on a tag I should have been drawn. Point is, I shouldn't be hunting on a rumor from years back. And I shouldn't have to search high and low the state's website just to read 40 pages of a PDF to settle it. So now I've boiled all that down to a single report. My state, my species, my points, the units actually in reach. And every one of them gets a hunt quality score. Not just can I draw it, but is it worth drawing? That's the tag report. Once that was in hand, it inevitably brought me to the pile I keep trying not to think about. Colorado deer, 8 points. This is the one that makes me do math I don't love, because I'm not as young as I once was. I've got some good seasons left. I don't have unlimited ones. Folks told me to build for the Utah limited entry deer, the trophy of a lifetime. And it is. It's also 20-some years of waiting for an out-of-stater. Look at that San Juan Elk Ridge unit. I'll be drawing that tag with a walker. So I gave up on that dream altogether and cashed in on a Wasatch Mountains tag years ago. 8 Colorado points I can actually use beats 20 Utah points I'll never live to see. And it had me asking the lazy man's question, which is usually the smart one. Is there anywhere left a man can just buy a tag and go? Outside his home state? Turns out, Colorado still sells a non-resident over-the-counter rifle elk tag. No draw. On a dry year, that's the play. Besides, no 20-year wait. Some years the right play is the tag in your hand this fall, not the one in the shoebox. And that's when the whole thing finally turned the light on for me. I used to chase the hunts with the legend on them. The Holy Grail units a buddy swore by, put in year after year, and never once asked what a point was really worth on that hunt. You know, a hunt creeping at 80% means you gain about 0.2 of a point a year on your draw year. My whole strategy was to accumulate that 0.2 of a point without knowing what it was really buying. And partner, that ain't a strategy. That's just waiting. What was my plan? I had no good answer. So that's my shoebox. 11 Nevada, 5 Wyoming, 8 Colorado, 3 states, 3 clocks, 3 sets of rules, and a rumor I finally checked. And by now, you're thinking that's a lot of clocks for one man to keep. You'd be right. Sitting there looking at it, figured out what I actually wanted. Not 5 more browser tabs, not another state PDF. One plan, 5 years out. Where I burn, where I build. The year Nevada comes in, the Colorado tag I grab while I wait. The Wyoming unit now that I know the herd's real. One map for the whole pile. That's the Prospector's playbook, the thing I wish somebody had handed me 11 years ago. Through all of this, here's what changed for me, and it's the only thing I really came here to say. I used to think reading the draw was insider work, something you paid an outfitter to do, or endless hours doing it yourself. It ain't. It's just looking at your own pile honest. What it's worth, what it'll cost, how much time you've really got, not just a whimsical guess. Most hunters think reading the draw is about finding the perfect unit. Wrong end of the creek. It's about seeing what you've already got and seeing what's upstream. Visibility and time savings, that's the whole difference. You can't plan around a hunt you don't know exists, or one you'll never find the time to dig out. That buddy's question, the one I couldn't answer, what can I draw this year? I can answer it now, in about 2 minutes, and so can you. The day you can read your own ground, you stop being a fella with a shoebox and start being a hunter with a plan. If you're just starting your own pile, I made you something free. The 0 to 1 report. These are the tags you can draw at low points, or that are OTC or first come, first serve. Across all 5 states the tag Prospector covers. So, you stay in the field while the long game stacks. It's at thetagprospector.com, links in the description. Pull that report and go read your own ground. The numbers have been waiting on you the whole time. Now it's your turn. Go check your shoebox. Signing off, I'd like to part with a thought. Over many years, I applied for my choice units, then spent 3 months wondering if I should have put in somewhere else. At times, drew my first or second choice. Hunted it hard. It was excellent. Second-guessing an application after it's submitted serves no purpose and is extraordinarily time-consuming. I did it anyway. I'm mentioning this so you feel less alone about doing it too. Use the reports, and you'll do this less. Less is not a complete cure. Find your vein. thetagprospector.com